Hey guys, we're here with our spoiler review of episode 2, season 1 of Marvel's What If? What if T'Challa became Star Lord? So stay tuned. So, yeah, this was easily my favorite episode of all the early episodes I've seen. I think it'll be hard pressed for it to top this as the best episode of the series. So we're gonna get into the breakdown of this episode, all the Easter eggs, and here we go. So basically, the way this episode starts, it's an homage to the way Guardians of the Galaxy 1 starts, where Star Lord takes off his helmet, and says, "Maybe you know me better as Star Lord," and Karath is like, "Who?" Here, Star Lord is well known throughout the universe. He's Robin Hood, and Karath just like full on is fanboying over him, and he kneels down, kind of an Easter egg to the fact that, hey, T'Challa in the other timeline was a king. So there you go. They fight, and he ends up taking him Krathen as his like new member of the Ravagers slash Guardians. And then the whole bit with Yondu doing his whistle killer thing that happens in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So that was a nice callback to that. So when T'Challa pulls out, the Power Stone, the plan that Yondu suggests, like, oh, let's put it up for the bidder. That's actually what happens in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. But he's learned from that now that T'Challa is so noble. So we completely avoid everything that happened with Ronan or everything. And again, a nice call out from Jaimin Hansu's Karath. When he tells T'Challa that his boss Ronan is really, really intense. Fun Easter egg here. If you look at the name of T'Challa's ship, it is the Milano, but now it's called the Mandela, and this works in two ways. Number one, it's a shout out to Nelson Mandela, who became president of South Africa after being jailed for many, many years due to apartheid in South Africa's government, and he ended up being pardoned by President F.W. de Klerk. They both won the Nobel Peace Prize, and later on, Mandela became the first black president of South Africa. The second meaning is because this is all different because it's an alternate universe. It's a shout out to the Mandela effect. If you don't know what that is, Google it. You'll never see the Berenstain Bears the same way again. Then we cut to the Ravagers celebrating with Karath in a bar, and you'll notice there's a girl Ravager here. Yeah, that's right. Shangun's Ravager looks like he has a girlfriend, but now the Ravagers are all inclusive, so that's one big change right there. Even Taserface is nice and friendly. And then when Karath asks about Thanos, ta-da! Thanos is a member of T'Challa's crew, and this was like the biggest what when I watched this episode. And Josh Brolin actually does the voice of Thanos in this episode, and it's awesome. And the big running joke here is that even though T'Challa changed Thanos' mind about going through with the snap and searching for the Infinity Stones, Thanos still thinks it's a good idea and not at all genocide because it's random. And it's dark humor, but it's really funny. Let me see what else happens in this episode. Oh yeah, Nebula shows up, and another shout out to Avengers Endgame happens here when T'Challa says, "Hey, Thanos is a changed man. He's gardening now." And again, in Avengers Endgame, you also remember that Nebula is the one who pointed out Thanos' garden to the remaining Avengers at the beginning of that movie. You'll notice that because T'Challa changed things, Nebula now only has minimal cybernetic enhancements. She has a little thing over her eye, which is a little Easter egg to Star Trek Voyager and Seven of Nine, and how she was a Borg, but then after they took out all her Borg parts, she still only had a little metal thing over her eye. So I thought that was a cute little Easter egg to Star Trek Voyager. And other than that, she looks kind of like a bombshell. And considering a lot of this plot is kind of noirish, she does look like a Veronica Lake kind of femme fatale from a 30s noir movie. So that's the deal with her hair too. And again, this is Karen Gillan reprising her voice as Nebula, which is awesome. What else? Oh yeah, the whole plot here with the double twists and everything is pretty much a riff on the Ocean's 11 movies. You know, the heist within a heist kind of deal, which is fun. I dig that. I mean the later, not the original Ocean's 11 movies. I'm talking about the Clooney ones here. You'll notice that the Collector is not Benicio del Toro in this episode. It's not super noticeable, but I do think that is Karina's voice. The MacGuffin they're trying to get here, the Ashes of Genesis, is a nice little shout out to Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, which is basically they're looking for Genesis's planet and the Genesis project, which will rejuvenate dying worlds and all that. Again, I like all the shout outs to different movies in this episode. Again, this also points out how much folly there is to Thanos' plan, because if things like that exist, why did he need to snap his fingers in Endgame? Because he's a megalomaniac. But there, anyway. You'll notice now the Black Order are the Collector's goons, and you'll notice Thanos knows what's up with them. So I'm thinking he had some budget cuts after T'Challa talked him out of genocide, and the Black Order were just a unit ready and willing to go to the next overlord. Lots of Easter eggs in nowhere here. We see Cosmo the dog, the Russian space dog, who's in Guardians. He's also on the Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Disney's California Adventure. Howard the Duck, voiced by Seth Green again. That is the duck there. Then the other fun thing here is T'Challa's vibranium necklace activates the spaceship, and that's all very cool and in keeping with how versatile vibranium is. They actually use a score from Black Panther here, which I thought was a nice little nod. Other fun stuff in this episode, when T'Challa and Yondu end up fighting our buddy the Collector here, you'll notice the Collector has a lot of interesting items, including Captain America's shield, the dagger that the bad guy from Thor: The Dark World, the Dark Elf, had. He also has Mjolnir, and he also has Hela's headdress and Necro sword. So clearly, at some point, the Collector cleaned out Asgard, not Asgard, and that's kind of crazy, But it was cool to see Captain America's shield and Mjolnir referenced here, so I thought that was interesting. I don't think there's any other major weapons there. I think you can pause it and double check, but I'm pretty sure those are the main ones. And then Hela's helm is destroyed. When they go back to Earth, you'll notice that Angela Bassett's Queen character is there with T'Challa's father. And other than that, the song that Peter Quill is dancing to is a Flock of Seagulls song. It is not a fake song, even though you don't hear words. It's a Flock of Seagulls song. I don't remember the name offhand, but you can Shazam it and it'll come up. And yes, indeedy, that is not Chris Pratt doing the voice of Peter Quill, but that is Kurt Russell doing the voice of Ego. And it was cool that he comes back just for that one line. And hey, it's a cool episode, I dug it. I'm pretty sure that's all the Easter eggs, although if something else pops in, I'm sure we'll talk about it on the live chat, which you can catch the replay of. Anyway, that's it for this week's breakdown of spoiler eggs. That was a great episode. Nice tribute to Chadwick Boseman. And we will talk to you all next time. Until then, see ya.